Uh, Very good morning, all the students of fourth standard, and as you know that we are learning here our histories, and lesson number 12 of our history we have completed, that is the Siege of Purandar and the treaty with the Mughal Emperor. This lesson we have completed in the previous video, and along with that, in the previous video I have given you answers of these questions or exercise question answers I have provided. I have told you. One more time I will repeat these answers. So question number, if you have textbook, then exercise 49, means on the page number 49 you will get the exercise. Fill in the blanks is there. First question: so Surat was a great center of trade in the Mughal Empire. So the first answer is Surat. Next question is there: Morarbaji was in the charge of the fort of Purandar. What is the next fill in the blanks? Morarbaji, he was in charge of the fort of Purandar. So this is the fill in the blanks. Afterward, write the answers in one sentence. Is the next one question. Write the answers in a one sentence. So why did Shivaji carry out a raid on Surat? It is a question, so we can tell the answer of this question, that to bring the emperors to his sense, Shivaji carried out a daring task to be raid on Surat. To bring the Mughal emperors on his sense, Shivaji Maharaj carried out this daring task to be raid on Surat. Why did Dilip Khan lay siege to the Purandar fort? This is the second one question. So answer we can write that Dilip Khan, he knew that Shivaji could not be defeated as long as he was the master of Purandar fort. Shivaji could not be defeated as long as he was the master of the Purandar fort. So therefore, he laid the siege to the Purandar fort. Next one. Next one is the question there. Why did Shivaji enter into a treaty with the Mughal emperor? This is the next question. Why did Shivaji Maharaj enter a treaty with the Mughal emperor? So answers we can write that Shivaji was not strong enough to fight against the Mughal power. Shivaji was not strong enough to fight against the Mughal power, and all his political skills were no avail. All the political skill of Shivaji Maharaj were no avail. So there was only one thing he can do to stop the war activities, that is the temporary withdrawal from the fighting. He entered into a treaty. According to the according to the treaties, water territory was to be handed over to the Mughals. So, according to the terms and the treaty, Shivaji Maharaj handed over 23 fort and adjoining territories with an annual revenue of 4 lakh or golden coins. 4 lakh horns or golden coins were handed over to the Mughal emperor. So, these were the terms and terms of treaty. So, what were the terms? Shivaji Maharaj signed the treaty, and according to its terms, 23 forts and a territory with a revenue of 4 lakh horns or golden coins were handed over to the Mughal emperor. This was the term of the treaty. Next question: write the answers in a 2 or 3 sentences. What did Dilip Khan say to the Morarbaji by seeing his valor? So we can write the answers here. Dilip Khan addressed to the Morarbaji: until now I have not seen a swordsman like you. Until now I have not seen swordsman like you, and you come over to our side. You come to over our side. I promise you completely safety. I promise you completely safety, and the emperor will make you a Sardar. Emperor will make you a Sardar and reward you a Jahagir, and reward you a Jahagir. Like in this way, Dilip Khan, he addressed to Morarbaji. And what next question? What did Morarbaji say in written? So we can write our answers. Morarbaji replied in the following way: we are the loyal servant of Shivaji Maharaj. We are the loyal servant of Shivaji Maharaj who wants to buy safety from you. Who wants to buy safety from you. This is the reply of Morarbaji, we are the loyal servant of Shivaji Maharaj and who wants to buy safety from you. Why should we come over to your side? Why should we come over to your side? And who wants your emperor's Jahagir? And allow me that, who wants your emperor Jahagir? These words he replied to Dilip Khan. So next is there, complete the following names with the help of the given first letters there. Uh, AU, that is Aurangzeb's. PU, it is Purandar. MU, that is Morarbaji. JA, that is Jai Singh. And DI, it is Diler Khan. Like in this, we have completed these lessons. So next lesson number 13 is going on Shivaji. Lesson number 13 of our history. Shivaji gives the slip to the emperor. This is our 13 lessons on the page number 50. Shivaji Maharaj gives the slip to the emperor. If you don't have the textbook, I will make video. I will show in video only. You can see this is our 13th lesson. This one we are learning now. This is the next page. If you don't have textbook, then you can pause and you can read. Okay, so see now. What is our lesson here? Shivaji gives the slip to the emperor. Lesson number 13 from our history is going on. Putting his trust in Jai Singh. There was an agreement was signed between the Shivaji Maharaj and Mirza Raja Jai Singh. So Shivaji Maharaj put and also Mirza Raja Jai Singh assured him, promised him for his complete safety returns. So Shivaji Maharaj trusted, putting the trust in Jai Singh. Shivaji left for Agra to visit Emperor. Shivaji Maharaj he left to Agra. For what purpose he left to Agra? To visit the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb. He left to Agra to visit the Aurangzeb there, or to Mughal Emperor. Before leave for Agra, Shivaji handed over the administration of the Swaraj to his mother Jijabai and took her blessing. So before to leave Agra, the administrations or the responsibility of administration, the responsibility to govern the Swaraj, the responsibility to govern Maharashtra territory, that responsibility Shivaji Maharaj handed over to his mother Jijabai. And before to leave for Agra, Shivaji Maharaj also took a blessing from he took the blessings from her, or to his mother's blessing he took there. He bowed down and he took the blessings and also the permissions, and he handed over the responsibility of governing the Swaraj territory to her. With him were his son Sambhaji Raje and some of the chosen Sardars and a few trusted peoples were there. So when Shivaji Maharaj left to Agra, along with Shivaji Maharaj, his son Sambhaji Raje was also younger son. His elder son Sambhaji Raje is also there with the Shivaji Maharaj, young prince Sambhaji Raje, and some of the trusted or the chosen peoples and the trusted persons were along with the Shivaji Maharaj. They left toward the Agra. He also carried with him a large treasures when Shivaji Maharaj, when he left to Agra to meet a Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb. That time Shivaji Maharaj carried out a large treasure, huge amount of golds, all the wealth he carried with him In due course, he reached Agra. So in this way, Shivaji Maharaj he reached to Agra there. So when he went to meet Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, he not went with empty-handed. That he carried out or he took a huge amount of money or the wealth with him to give to donate to the Aurangzeb or to give him as a gift. Shivaji Maharaj he went to Agra or he left to Agra there. So why he left to Agra? Because there was an agreement was signed between the Mirza Raja Jai Singh and Shivaji Maharaj, and also Mirza Raja Jai Singh. He suggested Shivaji Maharaj to go and to meet personally to go and meet emperors. An emperor he was living in Agra. So keeping trust on Mirza Raja Jai Singh, Shivaji Maharaj he left to Agra. So this is when he left to Agra. That time he went or he left to Agra with his trusted some peoples and the servants there, and along with the young Prince Sambhaji Raje. And before to set, he took the permissions of from his mother Jizabai, and he handed over the responsibility of administrations to her. So today we'll stop here. When we will come tomorrow, then we will come with the next one point of the same lesson. Thank you very much. Bye bye.